I'm sure somebody will pop up soon. Or somebody's already here and I don't even know it. Um, okay. I guess I must be doing the right thing. Hello. Happy Tuesday. I just wanted to pop on, honestly, to just say hello. Haven't done this in quite some time. Y'all know if I pop up, it's literally just like a quick moment that I be getting, and I'm just like, let me check in, make sure everybody is good, share a little love. Thank you if you're stopping in here. I don't know what I have to offer on today. All I know is that I was told by the universe to get my ass on here and share some love. Because I was looking at, there's this app called, what is it called? Time Nomad, I think it is. And it was basically like, oh, like the planetary hour is about to be in Venus hour. So it's like Venus hour until like 10:30 or something like that. So I was just like, well, let me go ahead and express my love to people on social media and let them know that they are loved because listen, I feel like somebody out there needs it. Hey, boo. Hey, Dio. Good to see you. So I hope that if you are popping on and you see me with this beautiful little halo, this gives you a little bit of like all that type of shit. Plus, I figured we would have a good time. Hi, Jacada. Ooh, Jody is here. So I'm just, I don't know why my black ass is here. Like, let's just be honest about it. Like, it has been a very interesting day. I don't know how Virgo moons go for you guys, but Virgo moons for me, girl, we are not friends at all. I love you too, Lady Isabel. El Gran Gary, I hate you. But no, yeah, today was weird. Like, I was talking to like a couple of people about just like how interesting today was. Like, it felt very like moon's in Libra right now. That's great because my lunar return is tomorrow at, I think, 7:50 p.m. is what it says as far as like the tracking. I track it through the Time Nomad app. So yeah, I'm just like in this mood where I'm like, okay, well, y'all know me. I'll tell you the tea. So if you hear, you're going to hear the tea. I got a story for y'all. So I can sit down for a second and then we'll figure out what the fuck I'm doing. Kisses to you as well. But no, I woke up today. I don't know if you guys could sleep last night because I couldn't fucking sleep last night. My black ass was up at like 4 o'clock in the morning. Like, bitch, like, God, why do you have me awake at this time of the morning? Like, I really would just like to roll over and go back to sleep, but I'm going to sit on my phone until like 6 o'clock because I can't focus enough to sleep right now. And then eventually got up and it was just like, okay, well, you have this morning to like get yourself together, like do what you need to. I love to basically like have my morning until about like 10, gather myself, you know, maybe light some candles, maybe do a little meditation, maybe do a little writing, you know, get my caffeine in the, you know, in the system and shit like that. Because if I don't have my caffeine, like I am not worth 2 cents. Okay. Like I'm not even worth a fucking penny. Like I'm not even worth half a penny if I don't have caffeine. Like it's just like, do not talk to me. Oh no. So after I kind of like got that started today, then it was like, well, you know that you have some things that you could be working on, but like, do you really have the energy to work on them right now? Like, what is still not connecting? Like, why are you still feeling like you're exhausted or you're tired? So that's kind of like where today's video kind of like came from, because it was just like, well, bitch, you're running from rest. Like, I've been having like this sensationalist moment. Shout out to my girl Casper. Casper is like my personal like reader. I always go to him for just like my updates, my healing and stuff like that. And he was like, girl, you need to sit your fucking ass down and really just like dig into like this theme of rest. And I feel like I've been like so on the go that I know how to like meditate, slow down, like, you know, calm my mind and everything like that. But it's just been a lot harder in the midst of this eclipse season. Ooh, this is a moment right there. Yes, Casper is everything. Casper is everything. Please follow Casper. I'm sure that Jody can plug his stuff here because I could type it as well. And I will after the fact if you're interested. Wonderful, wonderful reader. Wonderful, wonderful human. But anyway, I like just couldn't get it together. It felt like I had a meeting. I felt like very scattered. But something that kind of like came into my awareness today, or just like something I need to practice more of, is not adopting narratives that do not resonate with me or that I do not want to like live in. So it's like, yeah, I was feeling a little scattered, but like maybe my brain just really needed to rest, or maybe my body just really needed to like have a little moment to just like sit and, you know, recuperate. And you know then my black ass loves a good little brainwave, a good little like meditation moment or what have you. Hi everybody that's showing up. Yes, King. So I took like a 45-minute like nap before I had a call with like one of my former students. I'm really excited to like work on some things because I really want to like start giving back to like schools. And I really want to start like an education program, like a spiritual education program in high schools and like middle schools and stuff like that to help kids really like understand their own spirit and like understand like what is their own reality and what are the realities that are being like imposed upon them and how they can separate those two things. So I'm putting that out there into the universe in hopes that it comes back in the near future in whatever way. But anyway, I just like needed to take a moment to like center myself. So I did these brain entrainment meditative sessions, and it really helped. And it was just like, okay, like you needed to slow your body down. And, you know, I've been kind of like really trying to make sure that I stay on top of like my work because, you know, my life has changed so much. And it's just like, I want to make sure that I am really staying diligent to my path. Like I've been waking up every day and like reading my Bible, reading just like up on certain things to like really like ground myself, doing like this daily EFA work that I've been kind of like practicing. And just like really trying to make sure that my spiritual grounding is like everything around me. Like it's my life, you know what I mean? Like this is not just like the work that I do, but it's the life that I live, and like making sure that that truly resonates in everything that I am putting forth, but also knowing why I do what I do and like making sure that I have the proper, like the proper energy to give to it, because it means a lot to me. So I want to make sure that when I am showing up like this, like it's very authentic, it's very genuine, it's very natural. And it's just like, oh, like so many other people are like, yes, teaching yoga. Yes. Oh my gosh. Like, I definitely think that all of these different aspects are so important. And the earlier you have access to them, the better that I feel like you become like a well-rounded human, or just able to make your own decisions like the older that you get. And I wish that people would have told me or taught me some of these things when I was growing up. So I hope to be able to pass that forward in some way in the new year. Who knows what's going to come up. But by the way, even if you're not writing, you're writing with your actions. I have been working on like getting my writing and stuff like that together. Because it has been really hard to like focus. Like there have been times where it's just like my brain feels like it's being pulled in so many different directions, or it's like I find myself like getting to my computer and I'm like, da-da-da, and then all of a sudden it's like I'm thinking about something else, and I can't really process that line of thought all the way through. So I'm working through that. I feel like this is just like a symptom of this season, if I'm being honest. Like I feel like this is a symptom of this season of just like kind of like going with it, because things are just shifting so quickly, but like taking note of like what is an abrupt halt, like what is coming up, and it's like an abrupt shakeup, and it doesn't necessarily make you feel good because it's moving so fast, and like taking a note of that, but then also figuring out why it doesn't feel good, and then trying to like, you know, come up with the roots for like whatever that is existing in. And that's a lot in its fucking self. So then half of it is just like, well girl, I just want to lay here, but then I don't have time to lay because I have things to do. You know what I'm saying? Like it's been a lot back and forth. So I've just been trying to like stay grounded in that. And also just like I have so many wonderful things that are coming up, like the summer, or not the summer, the winter solstice. If you remember the summer solstice that I was part of with a bunch of wonderful other practitioners, Erica at Collective Commons, Capucine, Isaiah, Michelle, Amy. Like there's so many wonderful people, and we'll be doing like the winter solstice. So it's like I've been having so many things to just like prepare for, and I'm just like, ooh, like you got to ground yourself. Gotta ground yourself. Somebody's talking about the podcast. Listen, the podcast is already popping. You know, I got Mystic Moments going. Got a new episode that's going to be coming out on Monday, which I'm excited to talk about, because I can jump into eclipse season, like what's been going on, give y'all a little bit more tea as far as like what's been happening, and then just think about how to prepare for the rest of the year. So I would also, this is a really cute plug, like, you know what I'm saying? Like if you want to go ahead, sign up for the winter solstice, it's in my bio. But other than that, like I want you guys to just think about in this moment, like, whoo, this is it. Okay, this ain't it, but this is it. So it's just like, if you know that this is it, sis, so what are you going to let it be done with? Like, you feel what I'm saying? Like, what are you letting go of, and like, what are we stepping into fully? I was in meditation, because you know me, had my little readings, recorded a wonderful podcast with Jennifer, who created the Amenti Oracle Oh my gosh, cannot wait for you guys to hear Radio Amenti. Please follow Jennifer Sodini, a wonderful, wonderful human, wonderful, wonderful soul. Finished that recording and I was like, you need to do something to like get back to you. And I don't pull my cards out all the time, but there'll be times where I pull my my decks out. And I have one specific one that I really love going to when I need my own personal healing. So this is for anybody out there that needs a suggestion. If they want to like pick up a deck and they want to like facilitate their own healing, their own like, I call them like reconnection sessions, invest in the Earth Warriors Oracle deck. Earth Warrior Oracle deck, each of them comes with a, it comes with like a healing session, a healing process at the end. So I did one of these and it was all about stepping into your power. All about stepping into just like this new level of who I am. Y'all know I like to read, so y'all know what I'm going through, and hopefully this will inspire you a little bit more. So it's called Your Power Awakening. Is it on top? Yeah, it is. So this is the card that I pulled for myself. I've been seeing a lot of the number 3, so maybe if you've been seeing a lot of the number 3, maybe if you're a life path 3, or maybe if you've been like seeing like 333 on the clock, this message may be for you as well. And I just want you to know if this message is for you, you're not alone, because this is what I had to pull for myself. But it says, I am Puma. I awaken within you the vigorous energy, fierce power, and ability to act without hesitation when the moment is right. My patience and strategy, my preparation and precision, my fearlessness and decisiveness are now your own. Allow my sacred medicine to fill your soul and bring courage to your heart. You have come into your power. Come on, Maria. Come on, people coming through. Listen, stepping into who we really are meant to be right now. So, like, honestly, like, bitch, that's where I'm at. Like, I have to really just, like, I've been having to really, like, tap into the fact that, like, basically, I'm like my grandma. My grandmother's a minister. My grandmother, I think she's Methodist, Baptist, one of those. My grandmother's a minister. I've always grown up like knowing God, been in the church, had my own really like relationship with it. But because of like me being queer, me being like, you know, fast, whatever the fuck you want to call it, like, I just didn't think that I could have a relationship with God because of how it was kind of like told to me. And it's like, no, like you are required to like be your own minister. You are required to have your own relationship and share what that has looked like, not just with yourself, but like with your community. And that's what's going to help to elevate people to this next level, as long as you are being transparent on your journey and knowing that like you are just a regular ass nigga, like, cause I'm a regular ass nigga, don't get it twisted. But at the same time, it's just like, there's so much power in just owning your truth. And I am unique. I am special. I am magnificent. You know what I'm saying? And I have a ministry that is made to be shared, and it may not look like what I was raised seeing, but that does not mean that I cannot have a ministry. So that's why my ass is here on today to share to y'all, like, you got it. It's your time to step into it. And I'm ready to go ahead and fuck it up in 2021 and beyond, because this is a moment where I feel like everything is aligning to make me feel connected to myself as a whole. And maybe there are some things that you have been feeling are aligning for yourself as well, that will help you feel connected to yourself as a whole. So just like keep that in mind. But in a reading, it says, you've got this. Do not let fear or hesitation hold you back. Apply yourself fully to the task. Let go of old ways of viewing yourself as incapable, scattered, or wasteful of energy. So that was a drag, because I was like, I feel so scattered today. Like, I feel like I can't focus on anything. I feel like I'm not doing what I'm supposed to be doing. Why am I so anxious? And it was just like, that is not what you should be telling yourself. Like, you just really needed to breathe. Like, that's exactly what I needed to do. Like, I just needed to fucking breathe. And I had to sit here, and I love putting my hands on my chest like this and just... And sometimes I don't know what it is. I feel like I hear my ribs cracking or some shit because I be breathing so deep. And it was just like, oh, like, that's what you needed, girl. That's where that anxiety came from. And I was like, oh, okay, now I start to feel better. Why was I feeling anxious in the first place? You're making this up. So it was just like, I had to slow myself the fuck down. And then I realized I wasn't being wasteful of my energy. It just needed to be redirected into something else that was of more benefit to me at this time. And I had the space to do it. So maybe that's something you need to think about as well. In addition, it says you have the ability to focus intently, to generate clear intention, and to achieve your ambitions through methodical steps and an applied will. You have the internal resources you need for successful completion. Even if no one else recognizes your potential and believes in your future success, in due course, they will understand differently. By then, you will already be moving on to your next task. Trust your sense of timing. Have patience. When you know is the time to leap, do so without hesitation. So that's kind of like why I'm here right now, because it was literally like me taking a leap. Like, it is way past my like bedtime slash like my time of the day that I like to be normally seen. Like, I'm normally in my house, real private, knock the fuck out by like 9. Well, I'm not knocked out, but I'm like knocked out, you know, like not on social media, like hiding and playing like peekaboo or whatever by 9 o'clock. So it was just like, no, like there's a message to share. There's something to get out there. There's love to share, because like, you know that I love like connecting with y'all. Like, y'all are my family. Like, as much as that may sound like, you know, I care about you guys. Like, I care about our relationship. Like, I care about like being present and y'all being present for me, because you know what I'm saying, we go together. So it's just like, I wanted to have this moment, and I didn't know what the message was going to be, if there was a message, if there was an intention, but it was like, this is what you do, and this is who you are, and like, this is what you should be sharing, and like, this is what makes you happy. So I'm happy to be able to like be here and like hold space with you all in this moment. Like, if you're here and you're catching this, then this was a private moment between us. No tea, no shade, because let's be real about it. How often do you see my black ass on IG Live these days? Okay. No, but I love you guys too. Like, from the bottom of my heart, like y'all have been like, y'all keep me grounded. Y'all keep me reminded of the fact that like, no, like you have something of benefit. And I come from a background of like, and this is something I uncovered today while I was recording with Jennifer. I come from a background of not always being able to share my voice, or not being able to feel like my voice could be received. I found a lot of fear in speaking up. I found a lot of fear around like my point of view being received, and it being like, you know, looked up with like a turned nose, or like somebody not receiving it in a way that I thought it should be. And I got a lot, you know, caught up in my head around like that lack of reception, and felt like my stories were invalid, or felt like my stories were not, nobody wanted to hear them. And I was just like, no, that's literally like old versions of you, or old, like your inner child that is just scared to be seen because they thought that they wouldn't be loved. They thought they were too this. They thought they were too that. And it's like, you don't have to tell yourself that anymore. Like, you are good the way you are. And what you have to share is of benefit to somebody out there somewhere. And that's all that you need to be reminded of. Is one person. If it's 5 people, if it's 500 people, even if it's just one, that's all that I really fucking care about. Is just making sure that I can turn the light on in somebody else. That's what I'm here to do. So anyway, I thought that it would be fun to just remind you all, it's a moment to trust your sense of timing. I also want to offer you all, because I'm getting the nudge to offer you the healing process that comes along with this card. If you are interested, it's just a little mantra to repeat over yourself, maybe something to awaken this Puma energy inside of you. Hey, baby. To awaken this Puma energy inside of you, and just to remind yourself that like, you're good. This is a time for us to like cut off those negative, toxic situations, you know, cut off those negative narratives that do not affirm us anymore, and step into this new reality. You feel what I'm saying? So if you're ready, go ahead, drop a little wave, drop a little emoji, just so that way I know that you are ready to receive this healing process. All you have to do is find a comfortable place for you to relax. I would suggest you repeating this after yourself. I'll repeat it 2 times, just so that way you have an opportunity to hear it 1 time, repeat after, and then you can get into the mode a little bit. And then there's a nice little visualization after the fact. And that's it. No, that's it. That'll be it. And that'll be all that I have to offer on this evening. And, you know, we're healing as a tribe. We're healing as a team. Like, this is what's important. Hey, Elias, how are you? All these emojis. Okay. Okay. First off, before I even begin, I want you guys to know how affirming it is. Like, in this moment, like, I hope that you guys feel the love that is, like, pouring out from my heart, and the appreciation just for, like, this reception. So thank you all so much for, like, holding space with me this evening, this random-ass 20-30 minutes that we have linked up together. And let's go ahead and hop into this healing process. So find a comfortable place for you to relax. I suggest taking your right hand, putting it over your heart in the center of your chest. And let's go ahead and begin. Puma, spirit of the sun, fire of the earth, You are fierceness and intelligent use of power. Embodied in sacred feminine form. Your presence awakens the power within my soul, and I leave doubt and fear behind. I am patient. I am determined. I shall not be swayed from my purpose. Procrastination and hesitation are no longer part of my way. I embrace your gifts for the greatest good. With your certainty, I find my own conviction renewed. It is not a question of if, but a question of when. My spiritual attainment is inevitable. So be it. Now, y'all already know me, and I came up in the church, child, so we got to say this shit with some conviction on today. So we're going to repeat this one more time. Okay. Puma, spirit of the sun, fire of the earth. You are fierceness and intelligent use of power, embodied in sacred feminine form. Your presence awakens the power within my soul, and I leave doubt and fear behind. I am patient. I am determined. I shall not be swayed from my purpose. Procrastination and hesitation are no longer part of my way. I embrace your gifts for the greatest good. With your certainty, I find my own conviction renewed. It is not a question of if, but a question of when. My spiritual attainment is inevitable. So be it. Now go ahead, snap your little fingers, you know what I'm saying? Beat on your chest. Make yourself feel that, resonate all through you, where have you. Really settle in with that. Really feel those vibrations. You are renewed. Your spiritual attainment is here. You is lit. This is from the Earth Warriors, Oracle deck. I was talking about earlier. This is the number 3 represented in Totemic Puma. So you have just experienced your power awakening. This is coming from this deck. It's the healing process that's attached to it. So let's go ahead. There's a simple visualization. If you want to close your eyes, if you just want to listen, if you want to feel it in your brain, feel it in your soul, you can feel this as well. But this will go ahead and seal up the healing process for you. Golden fur, shimmering copper in the sunlight. Heat pulsing beneath the skin as waves of contained energy are ready to be channeled in clean action at the right moment. Lean and powerful muscle. Watchful, steady gaze, no thought or distraction, just pure focus. The power rises within, and the moment to leap is here. Action, aliveness. This medicine wisdom of bold aliveness without hesitation is within my own soul, and I claim it. Now go ahead, take that. Oh my God, Jaden, I was just thinking about you, and here you are. Come on, Spirit. Come on, Universe. It says close your eyes, relax, get up, move, feel your body, move your body, shake your body, like Tyra Banks said. You know what I'm saying? And let that healing flow through you, okay? That was my, I guess, like, this was our moment, our connection for tonight. This actually just, like, charged me up because I was just like, oh, like, I still have time. Like, I could do, like, because it is the middle of the week. Okay. Which deck should I use? So I'm getting the movement to First off, thank you guys for receiving that. I'm getting the nudge to just like give a little bit of advice slash like guidance slash like how to keep yourself like in this state, in your power state for the rest of the week. Okay. Again, this is the Earth Warriors Oracle deck. It's by Alana Fairchild, one of my favorite decks to use for healing. I would definitely suggest it if you are interested. I'm going to do one quick, which one? So I'm going to do the Psychic Tarot for the Heart. The Psychic Tarot for the Heart, yeah, because I see this number 22 in the room, so we're going to use this one. So we're just going to see what lessons we need to learn right now, or what lessons we are in the midst of learning, and how we can give ourselves a little bit of peace as we go throughout the week. Yes, it's on Amazon. That's where I got it from. All right. First off, if this is okay with you, like, please stay. Please know that this is just a safe place. Like, all I'm here to do is, provide a little bit of guidance. This is also providing guidance for myself. So we will see what comes up from the Psychic Tarot for the Heart and what, like, we need to be focused on. Like, this is just for us. Like, if you're seeing this right now, what do we need to know for the rest of this week? Okay? So what message do we need to know in order to stay? Oh, okay. That was fast. Oh, okay. Well, that was quick. Y'all ready? Y'all ready for this? Bitch, we're moving on. Bitch, you are moving on, okay? Listen, hold on, help is on the way. I don't know why that song came through. That's a good old church song. Hold on, help is on the way. But no, you're moving on, okay? You're transitioning, getting forward. You feel what I mean? This is also just like, how do you meditate? Like, first thing this makes me think about is like walking by the water. And that's a meditative act in itself. It's also thinking about the footprints that you've left in the background. So this is something I've already kind of like talked to you guys about. Also, like Lady Isabel, like I'm also thinking about the fact that you always send me like these pictures of being at the beach and the videos and stuff like that. So it's just like, okay, like water offerings, just like finding peace and just like moving on from things. Knowing where you have come from, like I think a lot of like reflection, muy importante en este momento, like however you can kind of like give yourself a moment to be like, okay, like I have overcome these things, like I'm not this person anymore. And this doesn't have to be like you writing or journal. It could be just like you having a conversation and noticing some of these things that have transited for you. There we go. That's that truth burp. So this is a moment for you to just think about what are some of the ways of change that are naturally coming that are just like being put on Front Street right now in the midst of this eclipse season. Now, y'all know I ain't no astrologer, but I do know that this solar eclipse is supposed to be coming up on the 14th. So, we're deep in the midst of it. So I feel like things that are arising, themes that are arising right now are really connected to just like, yes, this green, like walking through it, the heart chakra, and like, what are we leaving in 2020 because we know that it is not of service to us anymore. And that's also where the abundance is connected to. So it's like, what are some of the things that we feel like, first thing that comes to mind is like, how sometimes you get something really exciting and then you want to share it with people, but you have that old mentality about like sharing it with like the wrong people, sharing it with folks that, it'll stop the blessing from coming. If that's your blessing already, then it's your fucking blessing. So you don't have to worry about, who you're sharing it with, obviously like be thoughtful about it, be mindful about it because everybody don't need to know your fucking business. But it's also just like you have to move on from old ways of like thinking that keep you in this limited space. You feel what I'm saying? And you have to allow yourself to just like move on from things that are very reductive to your growth, okay? As this halo is around my head. So it's just like, what do I need to make sure of that I'm not playing into anymore? And that's something that I really want to sit with. Because I feel like a lot of things around like just how I take care of myself and like how I create space and like just like how I make sure that I am using my time wisely is coming up right now. So I'm moving on from also feeling like I have to be separated a lot. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm just like everybody else. I do not have to create this space, this distance between me and people in real life because of my anxiety, because that is something that I'm really good at. Is basically being like, oh, I can't go here, I can't do this because there's too many people, which is very real. But like sometimes I just use that as like the excuse and it doesn't really get to the meat of why that's not a space that I want to be in. And then I cause myself a lot of that stress and I don't want to be in that realm anymore because I'm better than I've ever been before. Okay. So yes, moving on, let's read this card. And then this is where I will end for the evening. Keywords are change, cycle, stagnation, and authenticity. Keep in mind that this is what we are focused on. If you're listening to this, this is what you're focused on for the rest of the week. How am I prioritizing moving on from things that keep me away from my power? Let me say that one more time. How am I prioritizing moving on from things that keep me away from my power? Come on, somebody. It says change is a necessary part of the natural world. This is also true of relationships. As a person evolves, so must a relationship or it will stagnate. This card is a reminder. Examine your current relationships to see if they still feed your soul and help you grow. Are you staying in a relationship because it seems okay and there's no real reason to end it, but you feel like something is missing? Do your relationships have substance and bring you joy? Hey, cousin. Are you able to be your authentic self in your relationships? Let me run that back for you one more time because I know y'all need it. Are you okay with staying in a relationship because it seems okay and there's no real reason to end it, but you feel like something is missing? This is basically asking you, like, stop ignoring what's right in fucking front of you. Okay? Like, this is a moment for you to be very real with what you are not being satisfied with or what you know that needs to be added to the pot. What's the addition? What's lacking? You know, it needs a little salt, needs a little sazon, needs a little spice. And if it's missing that spice, then address it. Okay? It says, do your relationships have substance and bring you joy? Are you finding yourself around people or spending time with people that really fill your soul right now? You know what I'm saying? Oh, my brother is here. What's up, brother? Are you able to be your authentic self in your relationship? So are you being real with people around you? Are you able to feel cool, calm, and collected when you step into a room? Are you concerned about how these other motherfuckers are paying attention to you, or are you just worried about your own vibration and doing your own damn thing? It says, this suggests it may be time to walk away in some respect. This can be an actual ending of a relationship, or simply taking a break to soul search. This is your time. Give yourself the space and permission to determine what you need and what you want. And then decide if it can be found in the current relationship as it exists now. If not, it may be that important time to make some essential changes. So, who do you need to make some essential changes with in your relationships around you? You know what I'm saying? How do you need to set your boundaries in a different way? What else is coming up around moving on? Listening to your gut. Listening to your intuition. Like, sometimes I feel like somebody out there is like looking for like the right time, quote unquote, in order to like have the conversation or just like have the sit down, have the quote unquote intervention. Like, stop second guessing it, stop overthinking it. Like, this is just a moment where you need to just, there will never be like a perfect time. There's always going to be a right time when you feel aligned to it. Okay? So it's like, whenever you need to go ahead and pull the trigger, how do you go ahead and make that move? Okay? Because you be knowing. Exactly. We be knowing. And it's just like, you know, give yourself time to decide if this is what you need. So whatever is not fulfilling you, you have the complete wherewithal to move on. Okay? That was a truth bird. You have the complete wherewithal to move on. So what are you moving on from this week? What are you denouncing out of your life? That is your advice / like spiritual guidance or guidance from your higher self to figure out what it is that you need to like move on. I would suggest, if you don't have your, because listen, I have an altar, okay? I have multiple. Tend to your altars this week. Tend to your ancestors. Tend to your guides. Tend to your angels. Tend to your spiritual team, your spiritual court. Take care of your spiritual self. Take care of your spiritual body. Do whatever it is that you feel like you need to do. Maybe there's something that you've seen other people do, or maybe something that you've been like, maybe I want to try that. See what it does. See what it does for you. See how it fits. You feel what I'm saying? I'm trying new things out in my life and seeing how it goes. Because, I mean, like, we only have one life to live, so we might as well enjoy it and make sure it's as grounded as fucking possible. Because this world is fucking wild, so I might as well enjoy it while I can. So, yeah, that's all I got for you guys on today. This week is really just about, like, knowing that we got to let go of some things in order to have some new stuff come our way. Okay? Hey, Zev. Be in control of angels for family that need. Amen to that. Send you a Christmas gift. Aw, you know I love you. Thank you so much, boo. Oh, you're so sweet. If you are interested, I do have Cash App, I do have PayPal, I have Venmo. But obviously, like, I'm just grateful if that's something you're interested in. Cash App is Gangstaguri, same as here. PayPal.me/Gangstaguri. I should probably type this somewhere. I probably should have put it as a pin. And then Venmo is at Gary McCreary, but you don't have to worry about that. You're so welcome. You guys are so sweet. And I hope that this was kind of like what you guys needed. Like I said, I'm always like working on new stuff. So that way you guys know. I have a couple of spots open. I think I have about 2 or 3 more spots open for yearly spreads. So this is basically just like looking into the year upcoming. I think this will be the only time that I'll be doing it. I may open up for a little bit in January, but I don't know. We'll see how it goes and we'll see how these rounds go. But I'll give more information in the new year. But I would suggest if you're looking to get some sort of like work done with me, before 2020 ends, please DM me, because I do have some availability before Christmas, so we can figure something out. Wanted to also, the winter solstice, please make sure that you are registered for the winter soul retreat if you haven't already. Imagine us like having conversation, us healing like as a tribe, because that old church saying, when two touch and agree, listen, that means that all of us working together, unpack, uncover, unwind, and be able to move forward for the winter solstice, be able to be prepared for 2021 like you cannot. You know what I'm saying? Like in community, like that's what we need right now, especially as we're moving into this new epoch. I believe it's pronounced epoch, whatever it's pronounced. But this new age, this new time frame as we get into 2021. What other messages do I need to pass on? Pass on that. Candles. Candles. Candles I will start doing again. If you guys remember, I was doing candles like earlier this year, late last year. This is for just like your own healing candle Reiki. I will get in contact with you, Nana, directly afterwards. Let me make sure I write that down. But candles, I will be doing a small little window of candle work and stuff like that for people during the week of December 14th. I will probably share more information about that on, my stories and stuff like that if that's something you're interested in. But I want you to think about it as like the universe kind of like having a little bit of guidance to take over in whatever realm that you need, so that way you can get your grounding, get your healing, remove some of those blockages, so that way you feel even more connected to like your true self. So I will be opening that back up, $22 for 2 tea light candles. And then I have like a store of like over 60 to 70 conjure oils that I use to basically like make a prescription for you. But I'll explain more about that in the very near future. I want to go ahead and let you guys have the rest of your evenings. I will hopefully be dropping some content before I dip out of town for a little bit. So that way you guys have something to hold you over for the weekend. But I love you so much. Again, thank you all for your time. And if you need something from me, holler at me. Amanda, I see you over there, so I love you too. Thank you all so much for your time this evening. And we will be seeing each other in the very near future. Peace and hair grease. Hallelujah. Holla back.